big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twinflame Universe. In this channeling session, I'm going to be talking about the Divine Feminine who is very happy to know how much the Karmic has troubled the masculine when they were in separation. Now, some of the people might say, oh, she should not be happy, or she should not be doing this or doing that. Well, the channelings are not created with the idea of judgment. The channelings are created to be honest and sincere and to know that there are certain feelings that are real feelings. And this feeling is very real feeling of the feminine, because when she was in pain due to the masculines running away, then also that pain was very real. Then also that pain was very heartfelt. And if we can talk about the pain, then we can also talk about this energy. So after the masculine comes back to her, and he has no shame in coming back to her. Basically, this is the good thing, that when he meets her or when he talks to her, he shares everything with her, everything. He does not hide anything at all. Whatever questions she asked him, how did this happen or that happen, or why did you get separated with the karmic? Obviously, she's not going to use the word karmic. She'll use wife or girlfriend or whatever it was, whatever form of relationship. Maybe it was also, could also be a business partner. So he says to her that, she did this to me, she did that to me, I went through this, I went through that. He says all those things, he shares with her. And initially she feels bad about it, but later on, because there are certain things and certain areas where the masculine and feminine still need to work on, okay? Maybe the masculine is still not in the phase of, there's not a complete union that can happen. At first, the illumination stage happens, and then the harmonization happens, and then the union happens, right? So before that harmonization can take fully place, take place fully, then obviously some of these things will come up. So while they are connecting again, she feels that he's very annoying even now, or he still makes some statements which she does not like, or he still has the old bad habits, like the things that he used to do previously also. So every time he annoys her, or this is like she still has some anger within her, or she still feels angry about the time that got wasted, or she also feels that she was not expecting him to actually come back. So usually this type of return happens when the feminine has completely forgotten about him and she has no thought about him, like nothing literally. So when the contact happens also, in some cases the feminine is like, why is he even contacting me? Why is he even talking to me? I don't want to talk to him, like that, But then more time goes by and something else happens, and then she feels like, okay, maybe I should talk to him or whatever. The initial contact can happen in any way. He might just start following her back again. He might send a friend request. He might send some message, and she completely ignores it. So after a long time, maybe you can say some block gets removed and she feels, okay, I should maybe return the contact or the reply. So he's also very open and happy about it, because she had not given him some kind of a very positive answer. So suddenly after so long, when she also connects with him, or she replies, say after 6 months or 7 months, to an old message which he has sent like such a long time back, then he also is very much open about it. So anyway, this is just one example. There are many ways that they connect back, like there are many ways. So when he connects back with her, he is also looking forward to something now, because he could have maybe left that person, the other person, the karmic. He would have spent more time alone. So maybe when he contacted her initially, he thought that she would come to him like very easily, very easy peasy way the return would happen. But that does not happen. In some cases, even if she replies to him, it's not a very detailed response. Like it's a very cold reply, like, yeah, hi, or I'm good, like one word answers, you can say. Or in some cases they talk, but then she says to him that, I'm basically busy with something, or I'm seeing someone else. So that can also give him like a sort of a shock. So after some time, when they start talking a little bit more, Then she remembers all the old things, all the past things that he had done. And when he starts telling her about what he has gone through, because she obviously questions him, what were you doing all this while, where were you for all these years, and what did you do, and blah blah blah. So he says, I did this, I did that, and I still love you, or I still like you. Or even if he doesn't say directly, I love you, he might say some very, like profound things to her. And she would be like, oh my God, he still remembers this, he still remembers that, and this and that. So those old energies sometimes get revived again. So which in her also there are some very old patterns which are not that strong right now, but they could still be there. So whenever those old patterns emerge, she gets very angry with him. And then she feels in her heart, good, serves him right. So whatever the karmic did to him is actually the good thing, because I could not do that, And he did so much for her. He did literally everything for her. He did not do anything for me. He didn't love me fully, or he did not commit to me fully, or even if he committed, he was always, trying to do it half-assed way, not wholeheartedly, he was not doing it. Or whatever her complaints were, like maybe some addiction he had which was more important to him, or maybe he had some very weird friends. So she would now think, that he treated me so badly, and universe gave him the reply in the form of a karmic, and he did so much for the karmic. All the things that he did not do for me, he did for the karmic, And what did she do? She publicly abused him, or she publicly accused him, and she put him in a spot where he was embarrassed in front of a lot of people, maybe a lot of relatives. In some cases, maybe she took a lot of money in compensation, and maybe she also put him in some kind of a legal process, like maybe it could be a divorce process, or maybe it could be a business partnership where he had to end up giving her some money or some shares or some investments. Or if it was just an engagement, then maybe she made him spend a lot of money on her. Or she put some case on him, when she wanted to depart from him. She thought that how can I just depart, just like that. I should take something in return. I should take some money, or I should take some objects, like something which will serve me better materialistically. So she puts some kind of a false case on him in the police, or then again he has to give some compensation. So one way or the other, she puts him in a very harrowing experience, a very difficult experience. Okay, and this type of experience, he feels very bad about it. He's very upset about it. He's very angry about it. So when he comes back to the feminine, he is also looking for comfort zone. He is also looking for love. He's looking for acceptance right now. And in some cases, she might give him the acceptance in his, on his face, but behind his back, she's really enjoying it, she's really happy. Every time she listens to the things he says, she did this to me, she did that to me, she's like, yeah, oh really, oh that's very bad, that's very sad. And she would go back to her space and she would be like, I'm so happy that she did this to him, good, so that energy is still there. And slowly and gradually that energy will also get released from the feminine, because the feminine also needs to totally forgive him and be compassionate and understand that yes, he also did not know any better. He did not know anything. But of course she is not going to accept him that easily. So it's one thing to be nice to people, it's one thing to be friendly with people, it's one thing to be everything, but again he has come back to her, but he's also scared of commitment again. Because remember, the reason why he ran away from the feminine was because he thought the feminine would not commit to him, or she would create big problems for him. And now he goes into another deep commitment and he faces way more problem, and he realizes that the feminine is still happy and doing a lot of good things. So both of them go through a lot, but the masculine also feels, the reason why he is little bit skeptical, because in his eyes, in his opinion, he feels that she did not have to go through all the bad things that I went through. She is very happy. She is enjoying her life. She's like, either she was single or she was dating other people, or she was fulfilling her dreams and desires, living her goals and this and that. So she did not go through what I went through. So he also has this type of you can say envy, a little bit of envy I can feel, a little bit of he feels bad. He feels like, poor me, poor me, I had to suffer so much and she did not suffer as much as I have suffered. He's not realizing it that she has suffered a lot too, and maybe all the other karmic relationships or false twin relationships she went into, they also did not materialize for her, or she also sort of was not in such a great space. But it's because of her inner work, that it appears like she's in a better place because of her inner work and because of all the source integration and the independence that she has, because we all know by now that the feminine energy is the one who awakens before the masculine. So because of her awakening only she is able to attract his return, and because of the awakening only she is able to forgive him, because of the awakening only she is able to talk to him, like despite all these bad things that happened to her because of him, she is able to talk to him like without any this thing, like, why should I talk to him, why should I do this, why should I do that, he's an idiot and this and that. She's like, okay, you know what, let me just talk it out with him, it's okay. So for your personal situation, you can get into a session with me. You can check out all the details for personal readings and for therapies. When you get into a reading, kindly do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me. That's a disclaimer. And before you get into therapy, please be prepared for therapy, because therapy is a life-changing experience. And people, when they enter therapy and when they exit therapy, they are two different people. But only those people benefit the most who are the ones who have the urge to change. The people who really do some inner work, those who are very lazy and they have a lot of addictions. Please remember that you are in lower energies and you are blocked and you are in separation because of these addictions. And there are 4 major addictions which are commonly seen, which need to go, but there are other types of addictions also, like emotional addictions, hoarding addictions, and food addictions, and gossiping addictions, many types of addictions, negative thinking addictions. So these addictions also keep people in lower energies and separation energy. So you need to be aware that you need to be working on all these areas. For inner work, these are the options that I'm giving. These are the inner work that you can do with me, okay, individually, if you come to me for a personal session or for therapy, or you can join this channel as a member. And once you join this channel as a member, then you will get access to live streams, to live chats, to live Q&A, all these things. You can have at least one-to-one conversation, and you can also keep referring back to the content that's given to you. It's very easy to join the channel. You just have to click the join button and then do the formalities. And the 4th thing is all this content that you see on this channel, which is free content, which you can use for your inner work. The other inner work is the inner work that you do individually on your own, okay? So my friends, as per this session's energy, the masculine and feminine are in communication, they are talking, and they have come into that space where they can make, some of them are talking every day, some of them are literally talking every day now, and they are calling each other regularly. They are very much like a couple only, like how they used to be. But the only thing is that there is a big chunk of past between them, which is what they need to work on, and they need to realize, or they need to think that, what do I want with this relationship now, because both of them in some way or the other are still interested in each other. Whether they say it in words or not, they are, their actions are speaking quite loud. However, both still carry some things, that's why I keep saying to people that you need to do your work, you need to get into therapy, because that will help you at least first reach to a place where your energy is clearer than before, okay? So when we say attract abundance, attract love, attract money, attract this, attract that, you don't really attract anything, okay? You become a match of that particular thing that you want to do, and then it automatically comes to you, okay? And you don't also do it like I am doing everything. You do it with the help of source. You do it with the help of your masters, because the masters also want you to be in better energies and clear energies. Only then you will vibrate higher, and only then you will be a part of the earth's ascension. So anything that you attract in your life, even if it's your masculine coming back or some old relationship suddenly working out, it's something that, you know, that was probably predestined to. And there are many things even in this. Sometimes the feminine continues to be with the karmic, in the sense when the masculine comes back to her, now she is with the karmic, okay? This time she is the one who has a karmic, or earlier it could have been a situation while the masculine was dating her, he found the karmic, okay? So for some time he was with the karmic as well as with the feminine, but he could not do that whole cheating thing, or he could not do the, you know, being in the two boats thing, so he decided to choose the karmic and then leave the feminine, thinking that the feminine won't be the better choice for him. Now the feminine could be in that situation where she already has a karmic in her life and he has come back, so she's talking to him also, and the karmic is also there on the other side. So how will this work out? You know, this is also a situation that is being shown to me, sort of in this same energy zone, okay? So in any case, obviously they are not happy with the karmics. They know that. Both of them know that. But then there is a comfort zone that they are seeking, or there is some kind of a, you know, anger also which they have. Like, he did this to me, so I'm going to do this too. Or he's also having some fear that I did this to her, so she's going to do it to me. You know, but they both like each other. That's the thing. They both still like each other. They both still enjoy talking to each other. And they both still somehow feel little bit that, you know, no, I don't think this person can still be the one, despite making such a huge circle and coming back to each other. So on this note, I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.